Life hacks of free.
Food sustains us, it fills us up and maintains us going. There is healthy meals and junk meals. There is rapid food and sluggish meals. Food can be spicy, candy and sour. It can be natural or processed. Food is all this and so much greater. For instance, while most people consume the food that we buy, there are a few creative souls available who dare to be different. As the list underneath shows, food can be an effective weapon both as its miles or disguised as something some distance more deadly. The California Department of Public Health claims that the avocado tree began growing in Mexico a few 7,000 years ago. Avocados contain masses of monounsaturated fatty acids, aka the good fats, which lower awful cholesterol and raise the best kind. You can use avocados in a sandwich, a salad or, in case you are feeling in particular bold, in a financial institution robbery. That's right. Back in June of 2019. A man in Israel robbed two banks the use of an avocado. He had painted it black and by some means convinced bank personnel that the scrumptious fruit was a grenade. The 47-year vintage guy walked into a postal bank at a big shopping mall and surpassed a cashier a word that read, "Hand over the money within the drawer." The word drawer was misspelled. When the cashier froze, the avocado-wielding man were given impatient and instructed the cashier to put the money in the bag quick or I'll throw this grenade. Then, 5 days later, he did it again. In total, he walked away with the equal of $8,300 US. Thankfully, the person turned into tracked via cellular phone records and picked up rapidly after. Back in 2013, a bomb squad had to be referred to as into the Fifth Third Bank positioned in Clinton Township, Michigan. A lady had simply robbed the region and left in the back of a bag she claimed contained a bomb. Police secured the scene through cordoning off the financial institution. When the bomb squad come through, they did not find a bomb. Instead, they determined cans of tomato sauce. A few days later, police discovered and arrested Ophelia Amelia Neal and charged her with bank robbery. Despite the reality that her bomb turned out to be only a few cans of tomato sauce, police additionally laid explosives charges on her. It can be difficult for a own family to agree on which day to get together for a holiday. Competing schedules can reason some strain and anxiety and may cause raised voices and harm feelings. For a family in London, Kentucky, a dispute over which day to hold Christmas dinner result in something a long way greater serious, a fee for fourth diploma assault. Clearly pushed manner beyond his breaking point. David D. Brannon, 21, lost it and threw a Christmas ham at a woman. When police arrived, they determined Brannon fleeing the scene. Police caught up to him and arrested him. During their investigation, cops determined several gadgets on the kitchen floor. Along with the assault rate, Brannon became additionally hit with a fee for going for walks far away from police. Food allergies are not funny. According to Food Allergy Research and Education, FARE, 32 million Americans have food allergies. And every 3 minutes someone ends up within the emergency room of their local medical institution because of a meal's allergy reaction. In the iciness of 2018, in Butler Township, UK, a 14-year-old woman became rushed to clinic after suffering an hypersensitive reaction to pineapple during lunch period at Butler Intermediate High School. She had not eaten the tasty tropical fruit she knew. She turned into allergic. She handiest commenced showing signs and symptoms after any other 14-year-old female high-fived her. Turns out, that other lady knew that the quickly-to-be victim become allergic to pineapples. She did it on purpose. Because of this, she became charged in juvenile court docket with assault, conspiracy and different offenses. 2 different women have been slapped with conspiracy costs as well. Upon further investigation, the police discovered that the victim's allergic reaction turned into well-known and that pineapple became now not served at the school for the duration of the time in question. Someone added the pineapple from home. This turned into an intentional act, Lieutenant Matt Pearson remarked. They sat on the lunch table right subsequent to her and pointed out doing it. Some had reservations, however they went through with it. First Baron Vreelamond exits to breakfast with a tree and provides art to Christmas, they pass hand in hand. But, for a 19-year-old from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, they cross hand and face. A institution of people were seated collectively having breakfast in a neighborhood restaurant, one Monday morning, when a 19-year vintage guy at the table have become upset. He then grabbed the bacon and eggs off his plate and threw it at any other guy seated at the identical desk. According to police, the victim have become disoriented. Not only that, but he was injured and dispatched to the hospital. Hamilton Constable Steve Welton shared the greasy details, saying, "The weapon was in truth the food, and the cause became to cause injury or harm. It become now not unintentional in nature and officers investigated with evidence to guide the charges." Cucumbers do a number of crucial matters in your body, including, maintaining you hydrated, supporting to clear waste, helping to hold most cancers from developing. If Gary Ruff of Glasgow, Scotland had just eaten the cucumber in his possession, he could have enjoyed all of these previously stated health benefits plus one other one, he would have stayed out of prison. Instead, he crammed the cucumber in a black sock, ventured right into a betting residence in Shettleston and tried to rob one of the employees. She refused to hand over any cash. Ruff changed into then tackled and arrested via an off-duty police officer. That become while the black sock became removed from the weapon to show that it was just a cucumber. Ruff attempted to motive with the police, saying, "It became a dare. Am I getting the jail for this?" He added, "I suppose it changed into quite stupid. I am not a robber. It was fun that went too far." Prosecutor Sheena Fraser described Ruff being armed with a lengthy cylindrical object blanketed in a black sock. Ruff's defender, Tony Graham, offered, while he was conscious that it changed into a vegetable in a sock, he is also conscious it is able to have regarded one of a kind to others. In the end, the 28-year-old Ruff changed into sentenced to a few years and 4 months. Every mall has one, a meals court. During meal times, they can be noisy and crowded places. So, it's miles comprehensible if, from time to time, humans get on each other's nerves, a few harsh appears or, at worst, some harsh words are exchanged and not anything more. And, maybe, just maybe, once in a blue moon, a couple of senior citizens use soup to attack somebody. Make that, definitely. In the summer of 2019, in a mall placed in the town of Vancouver, BC, Canada, 2 senior residents were given into a controversy with a 43-year-old lady. It escalated when the 2 elderly oldsters poured warm soup on the lady. Police were referred to and the couple was cuffed and escorted out of the mall. Thankfully, in keeping with the police, the female did now not suffer any life-changing injuries. Someone seeking to pressure themselves into your house can be a horrifying experience. It is probably only a tiny bit less scary if the intruder is armed with something you usually slather in bitter cream or butter and eat. In September of 2018, a Lake Tahoe, California girl needed to fend off a person who compelled his way into her home and threatened her with a potato, into which he had carved the first initial of her first name. 41-year-old William James Best was there due to the fact the lady and his girlfriend had been quarreling. Potato in hand, Best repeatedly threatened the woman. Soon, though, the police arrived and he was placed underneath arrest. Best became armed with a potato due to the fact, as he instructed police, it would increase his punching power. Sentenced to 1 year in prison, Best became placed on supervised probation. Bears are mammals belonging to the Ursidae family. You can discover bears in North and South America, Europe, and Asia. They can live to tell the tale up to 25 years inside the wild or 50 in captivity. And, little regarded fact, at the least one among them hates zucchini. That is because of the determined moves of a Montana female who observed herself head-to-head with a 200-pound black bear. Lieutenant Rich Maricelli, of Missoula Sheriff's Department, stated that just after midnight, the undergo attacked the girl's dog at the return porch of her residence. The attack took place whilst the lady permit her 3 puppies out for one closing time before she went to bed. Two of her puppies noticed the undergo and ran away. Her third canine, a collie, stayed near the lady who stood in the doorway. Then, suddenly, the undergo attacked the canine. The lady kicked the bear. The bear slashed at her legs, ripping her jeans. Now fully concentrating at the lady, the Endure attempted to go into the house and managed to stick its head inside before the woman could get the door absolutely closed. With one hand, she held onto the door and with the other she grabbed the closest thing she may want to locate, a 14-inch zucchini she had grown in her personal garden. She threw it at the Endure, bonking it in the head. Miraculously, that did the trick as the undergo took off. Thankfully, neither the female nor her collie were badly injured and both had been on the mend inside a quick length of time. When a Pasco County, Florida man determined out his father helped supply him at birth, he had a surprising reaction. He attacked him with a bit of pizza. Robert Houston, 33, shoved the pizza in his father's face at the same time as pinning him down on a chair and yelling at him. The police report reads, the victim started to flail around trying to get the defendant off him, at which factor the defendant went outside and awaited law enforcement. When police arrived at the house and surveyed the crime scene, they saw a chair with a chunk of pizza on it and cheese and sauce all over the place. No phrase on why Houston reacted so violently to the infant delivery news.
If you like the channel, subscribe and please give a thumbs up before you go.